What is up, guys? It's Mil here, and this time I have the second match from NJNP versus MDragon, and let's make the quick team analysis. NJNP has the MilXi team, probably Volt turn to bring in the Crawdon safely. Crawdon is very good against balanced teams and stall teams because of its sheer power. Nothing can switch in. For install, nothing can switch in on it. Grab, hammer and knockoff are too powerful. The base of these attacks is very high, and Crawdon has adaptability, so it's really strong. So then we have a Keldeo. This might be Choice Scarf or Choice Specs, I'm not sure yet with the information given, but we'll see. It's probably Choice Specs because it works so well with MilXi, Volt turning and then bringing it in on to break the walls. Then we have a Landorus and a Garchomp. This Garchomp is probably the bird check. It is either SD Garchomp, maybe with a Salak Berry, I'm not sure, or it is Landorus, defensive Landorus, or even a Scarf set, because the fastest thing on NJNP's team is MilXi. And then we have the Metagross, which looks weird because usual MilXi has no use in OU, and Metagross is not the Mega on this team. I'm 99.9% sure. And so Metagross is the Steel type of the team, which prevents the team from getting swept by Clefable and Gardevoir and such. It is his only switch in. And as you see, MilXi and Keldeo have problems with Lati because they switch in all the time. So this Metagross might be a Pursuit Trapper because you sometimes run it with Pursuit to get the Latis or other Psychic types on the switch out, so that Keldeo and MilXi can break through with much more ease. And also Lati always comes in on Crawdon to revenge it. Then let's take a look at MDragon's team. It is pretty much a standard balanced team. You know, look at the team with Lati, Heatran, Slowbro, all standard balanced teammates. If you look closely, these four all lose to Gengar. There's no Shadow Ball switch in, so that is why he has a Gliscor, which is one Gengar check if it doesn't have Icy Wind, and usually it shouldn't because Taunt is a very good move, and also Will-O-Wisp and such. So you don't see Icy Wind very often unless your team is very weak to Gliscor. So yeah, this is probably Spadef, Heatran, and Mew is Gliscor with SD and Roost to break Stall. Gardevoir also to break Stall. Now Gliscor is probably to break the more balanced teams and set up on them, then Earthquake knockoff. And Gardevoir is the teammate to just break Stall, Sableye, force it to switch, weaken teams. Yeah, Latios is probably the Defogger, the Keldeo switch in, the Charizard Y switch in, because Heatran, Slowbro and Gliscor cannot take hits from that, as we saw earlier from the match with Charizard Y. So let's get into the match. Let's just watch the replay. So Keldeo goes for Scald. This damage tells me that it is Specs, and the knockoff reveals the Specs. Mew went for knockoff because then the Keldeo is much easier to handle with Latios, because Secret Sword still does a lot, and Icy Wind 2-hit KOs Latios. Still goes for the Hydro Pump, which does a decent amount. And he goes for the knockoff again, because I don't really know, probably predicting the switch into something, I'm not sure. He gets up the rocks and then doubles into MilXi. He gets off the Toxic Poison, and now this is a pretty crucial turn here. NJNP tends to overpredict sometimes. I saw it in round 2, in OLT round 2 too, where he overpredicted with Nidoking. But as you see, he's trying to catch the Gliscor with his MilXi, and this MDragon, so this guy with a Slowbro is playing really risky, because if he goes for T-Bolt, Slowbro's gone. But he knows there's no way he's going for it, because he probably watched replays from NJ. That's the reason why he stayed in. He's really trying to catch the Gliscor, because if he goes for Volt Switch or T-Bolt here, Gliscor comes in, and then he doesn't get killed by HP Ice and then knock off or get an Earthquake off. So that would force him to switch out. That's why he's trying to catch the Gliscor, but he's staying in the second time, playing really risky again. But no, he stayed in twice. But he goes for HP Ice again, tries to catch the Gliscor. But Heatran was the nice middle ground play. He goes for Volt Switch on this turn, brings in the Keldeo. That is a free turn for Heatran to bring up the Stealth Rocks to damage Crawdaunt, Lando, and Keldeo on the switch. Also Manectric, it is very good against Volturn. He misses a Toxic, which is annoying because this Crawdaunt is a huge threat to his team. He basically had to Toxic there, because there's no way he's going to hit the Crawdaunt other than with the Latios. He goes for the HP Fire now, predicting the Metagross actually. And as you see, he has Pursuit, switches out, lifts the attack, but that leaves Latios actually at a point where it cannot switch into Keldeo anymore. And Gliscor goes for the Earthquake here, because Metagross had no reason to stay in. He makes a nice double into Crawdaunt, expecting a check that can handle Keldeo. But he really needs this Crawdaunt Toxic or status, because it is such a huge threat, but he doesn't get it. So, and this Gardevoir has adaptability now, because it traced it from Crawdaunt, it just hits ridiculously hard. But the Bullet Punch is really obvious, so he goes to Gliscor. He can fire off an Earthquake with ease or Roost if he wants to. He doesn't have Ice Punch, but there was no way he could have scouted really. They usually don't run Ice. He could have, I don't know. He has Keldeo and Crawdaunt. The Ice Punch isn't that much needed. And now he reveals the Double Dance probably, or just Source Dance. Goes for the Stone Edge. He has to hit the second one here, otherwise no, he still can win. Now he goes for Roost, probably expecting the switch, but NJ just goes for the Stone Edge. He doesn't need this Landorus to win the game actually. He just sacks Landorus here. I think goes into this means that a Scarf Landorus goes for Earthquake. I wanted to say that he could have gone into Manectric, Volt Switch, then go into Garchomp, and then go for Aqua Jet, because Aqua Jet kills at 60% if I remember correctly. And now he can go for the Aqua Jet or for the knockoff, it doesn't really matter. And this Mew goes down, and that's a GG.